Today on The Social. Nicki Minaj declares herself Donald Trump's #1 fan. We react to the rapper's rebrand and alliance with the U.S. president. And more cities around the world are instituting curfew zones and entry bans on teens to prevent loitering. But are these restrictions an overreaction? Then, a lesson in travel math. Where to go and when to go to maximize your vacation without draining your annual leave. Plus, Bridgerton Season 4 stars Luke Thompson and Yerin chat about taking center stage in the popular series and Jonathan Bailey's rumored return. It all starts now on The Social.
Beauty pageant? What a gorgeous, gorgeous audience. I don't know if any of you are really excited to be here because of us or maybe because of the stars of Bridgerton. You know, that's for later. But first, host of The Social's Momlife Crisis is back. Our friend Kate McKenna is here. Sorry, I meant to say that was all for you, Kate.
Right. That's what I assumed.
Obviously. It's true. Okay, let's kick this off. This is a big story everywhere. Nicki Minaj, she is making headlines all around. Oh, this audience has read the headlines. She's making headlines around the world for her MAGA rebrand. I want you to take a look at what she said at a recent event with U.S. President Donald Trump.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more.
Shortly after that, Nicki posted this. She showed this on social media that her citizenship is being finalized with the Trump Gold Card. Let us react. We know what the audience thinks about this story. What do you think, Cyn?
Well, I would try to track her descent into MAGA because it is quite confounding. This is somebody who was an LGBTQ plus ally. Actually, in a song, she at one point said she was bi. She in Rolling Stone magazine in 2014, she shared the fact that when she was a teenager, she had an abortion, and she said, and I quote, "It would be contradictory if I said I wasn't pro-choice." So again, all these things that don't really align with MAGA. She also had spoken out in 2018 about, remember when Donald Trump was initially in his first presidency and he was putting kids in cages and people were very upset about all of this? She wrote on Instagram, "I came to this country as an illegal immigrant at 5 years old. I can't imagine the horror of being in a strange place and having my parents stripped away from me at the age of 5. This is so scary to me. Please stop this." So what happened? And I think the beginning of the end was COVID.
Why?
You think it's the... Well, don't you remember that Instagram post she put out? I think it was Instagram, where she was talking about her cousin having had a vaccine and that his testicles got swollen. Do you remember people?
Yes!
Do you remember this?
Oh my gosh, I do remember this. And I think we talked about it on the show.
I think we did too.
So what's the connection in your mind?
I think that the hate that came from that, and then there were some trans rights around the same time. I think that the impetus for people to be getting vaccinated and then the uprising of trans rights, these two things seem to be a feature in her then suddenly aligning herself with MAGA. It was like she got pushed out of the left and went right into the hands of the right.
Interesting.
That's what I
that's
think.
your theory. Okay, my theory is a little bit different. It has nothing to do with swollen testicles.
No?
But It does have to do with two things, her brother and her husband. Now, her brother, Jelani, is currently serving 25 years to life for raping an 11-year-old girl in his Long Island residence, and her husband is a registered level 2 sex offender, and he's also done time for manslaughter. And everybody in Hollywood knows that if you buddy up to Donald Trump and you have some relatives who are in jail, he can, you know, make all of that go away. Other celebrities have done it, and it's worked. And so to me, the answer why has nothing to do with testicles, but her trying to save her husband and her brother, and so that they can live freely and her brother can get out of jail. My question is, you kind of brought it up, it's like, you have built your entire career off of the support of black people, the LGBTQ plus and brown people, and those people are experiencing the worst treatment right now at the hands of the person that you've doubled down to say you're always going to support. So unless you have another way of making money, how does this all pan out for you? I really don't understand. And if Cardi B, who is one of her #1 enemies, is watching, I'm like, I hope you're putting pen to paper, Cardi B.
Yes.
To eviscerate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because this is top tier, like this is madness that we're watching right now.
I'm glad you brought up the timing, because for me, that's what I was thinking about, is the timing and the hypocrisy. Here she is voicing unwavering support for a man who has used white supremacist dog whistles to create this paramilitary force that is going on to disappear people, to murder people, to detain children. Children who are remember this kid, Liam, 5 years old. He was used as bait to get his mom to come out of her house. He's now gone they've detained him 1,200 miles away from his home. He is the same age as she was when she came as an illegal immigrant, her own words, from Trinidad and Tobago.
And the same age as her son right now.
So how can you say that with your whole chest? I don't get it.
Well, she's clearly getting backlash. So she instantly lost 10 million followers on Instagram. That was such a drop, she shut down her Instagram account, which tells me she was getting so much hate on there.
She says she doesn't.
She says she doesn't care. Well, she also said, she has no choice, I guess. She also said, everybody stop bullying Donald Trump. She actually said those words. I don't really get it. I do wonder, like, listen, we understand how Trump works, right? Trump is a transactional man. You do for me, I do for you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
What's she doing for him?
And so I don't want to think about what she's doing for him. I don't want to even think about it. But what to me is not only timing and motivation and this complete about face, is it possible that, yes, she's going to get these people hopefully expunged from their, you know, and released from jail. We also know that this green card issue, she had said that she was an illegal immigrant. She has actually been in America since she was 5 years old with a very shaky citizenship status. She is now not just getting the gold card, she's also flaunting that she got it for free. If you can afford it, it's $1 million. You can buy your American citizenship. So it's also an additional slap in the face to the black and brown people who are getting snatched off the streets of Minnesota right now because they don't have enough money. So we know the other part is that Trump loves celebrities. Most celebrities hate him. But he loves celebrities. So if one, just one, comes forward and gives him what he loves, which is flattery, she'll get almost anything she wants. She has just bought her safety for her and her family at the expense of all her community. It's really sad.
For now.
For now.
For now. We'll see how things pan out for Miss Minaj. Best of luck with that, darling.
Good luck.
All right, and Cardi, get to writing. All right, so now let's move on. In an interview with Esquire, A$AP Rocky confessed that he and Rihanna had their 3 children and they wore matching pajamas for Christmas, but we are never, ever going to see evidence of it because it makes him cringe. And he also said that he can't fathom an instance where his kids won't think that he is cool. So the question is, do you care if your kids think that you're cool? Parents? Not one parent who cares.
Is there not one parent?
I do. I care.
You care that Marquesa thinks you're cool?
Obviously.
Hey, wait. Do you actually think she thinks you're cool? I don't know many kids who legitimately think.
She told me so.
She told me so. Like, how did that conversation go?
It just happened last night. She says I'm cool, and her friends think I'm cool too. So I must be cool. And I know what you're going to say. If you have to say you're cool, you're not cool. I know you're going to say that. No, to me, I guess it's your definition of what's cool. To me, my definition of cool is I have had a life before her. I have had life experience, and I have the wisdom to share it. So cool is also synonymous with street cred. When she thinks I have lived this very exciting life and seen things, done things, when I speak with much more credibility and authority, because I've been there, done that. Well, you know, I parent with radical honesty. I am not ashamed to say anything. So when I talk about the club, I'm like, girl, your generation doesn't even know. She's like, oh yeah, because mommy did the club thing.
Okay, but
so,
wait,
you know.
and listen, I'm right there with you. I do also really like that Jai thinks I'm cool, but I recognize that he probably won't in a few years. And I think you have to brace yourself for this possibility because it's a very normal, natural thing for kids to go through as they develop. It's just that there's a separation that takes place. I think it's pretty universal that they start to align themselves with their friends.
It doesn't happen anymore. That was our generation. No.
Really?
If you see how kids grow, development has completely shifted in children. They are closer to their parents than ever. What happened to us where we were like, get me out of this house, my parents are so embarrassing? It's not happening the same way anymore.
But do you think that A$AP Rocky and Rihanna's kids are gonna think they're cool? Because I don't. Even though they're two of the coolest people on the planet. Like even Zoe Kravitz didn't think it was cool when Lenny would drop her off at school with his nipples showing. She said that.
No, so I know celebrities always say that. They're like, people are like, oh my God, your kids must think you're so cool. And like, no, my kids hate everything that I do. They hate my music. They don't like that I play basketball. I'm not a parent, but I would not care if my kids didn't want me to be cool. Because you know what I point out in the house? I point at the fridge full of food. I point at the thermostat, their shoes, the roof over their head, and I'm like, I don't care if you think I'm cool. I'll keep you alive. You're welcome. You're welcome. What do I need some kid who I'm keeping alive to think I'm cool? Get out of here. Go to your room that I pay for. Think about how cool I am.
Okay, Mommy, don't worry, Marqueza, we're gonna do something very cool tonight together, I promise. Okay, up next, everybody, speaking of youngins, there are crackdowns, apparently, on teens loitering in public places. Apparently, this is a growing trend. So is this actually, though, really good for society? We're gonna talk about the implications of this. Where did the teens go after this?
Tomorrow on The Social, is your beauty routine ready for a refresh? We discover the hottest skincare ingredients for 2026 with skin therapist Tom Tulo. Next week on The Social, we dish on the biggest style stars from the Grammy Awards. Who hit the right notes and who was off-key during music's biggest night?
A very beautiful and outspoken audience, and we love that. Don't come here if you're going to keep it all to yourself. But if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us right now, get us online. You can have your say, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Okay, The Atlantic is reporting that a growing number of cities are enacting curfews and loitering bans on unaccompanied teenagers. But experts are warning that growing up requires learning independence, and restrictions like these actually get in the way of healthy development. So what do we think of loitering bans on teens? Is this an overreaction?
What do we think? Yeah, I think it's an overreaction. I really, really do. First of all, they don't leave the house anymore. So I'm just curious, where are... truly, they don't call Gen Z and Gen Alpha, our kids are Gen Alpha, they don't call them the indoors generation for nothing. They're inside. So I'm like, what is this? To me, I think it's a reflection that something I've talked about on the show before, which is the demise of the third place. First place being home, second place being work, and in their case, school. What was the third place? Community centers, extracurricular activities, the library, all of these places. I don't think that kids are getting off their devices long enough to actually go and see friends IRL anymore. So a ban feels very heavy-handed to me. This is precisely what they need. I just don't know that it's even necessary. We should be telling them it's banned to stay home. You need to get out. I think that reverse needs to happen.
It bothers me a lot. And it bothers me because that's how kids learn social skills and how to interact in the world, is by being out, being at restaurants, being at cafes. A kid shouldn't have to have a parent with them to order a chicken sandwich. Like, there's some fast food joints now that require, at least in this article, a parent to be with them if they want to buy a chicken sandwich.
What?
And what bothers me is that, on the one hand, it seems like stores, restaurants who put up these signs want to create this adult-only society. But out the other side of their mouth, everyone says, well, these teens have no manners today. These teens don't know how to interact in the world. Well, you don't learn how to interact in the world if you don't have practice.
Okay, oh yes, agreed. But don't you wonder how we got to that place, right? Like, in my memory, and this might be informed a lot by movies and television, but kids were at, like, they had specifically kids' spaces. Like, there were the diners, there was the arcades, exactly.
The roller rink.
The roller rink, oh my gosh.
I was there every week.
Right?
Yeah.
So
the mall food court.
All those places, like, they were known. The movie theater, all these places were kids-specific places in many cases. So what happened in the meantime that you get to the place where, to me, has behavior changed, or has our tolerance for bad behavior changed?
I think the behavior's changed, and actually I have a friend who owns a business. He owns 2 businesses, one in this city and one in another city that I, don't want to put him on blast. But it's a high-end perfume shop. Like, the cheapest perfume in his store is probably $250. And there was one time I was visiting him, and I noticed it was an onslaught of teenage boys, like maybe like good 8 to 10 of them. And I'm like, what are these kids doing in here? He's like, oh, this is a regular occurrence. He goes, it's worse in my other location because it's closer to a high school. He's like, I think it's popular on TikTok for these kids to like this high-end cologne, so they come in. And I'm like, but it felt very overwhelming because most of them don't have the money to buy those things. So some of them might be stealing, and then there's a group of them. They're loud, they're very rude, and for the customers who were there, it was a little intimidating to even like get into the aisle because they're all there and they're acting as if they're in the schoolyard. And I asked him, I go, what do you do? He goes, what am I gonna do? He goes, half of them are very rude. He goes, and my fear is if I say something, because it's not my job to parent these kids and to teach them manners, is if I say something, they're gonna take a video and it turns into a thing. He's like, so I kind of have to just kind of be nice to them and just hopefully get them to get out of the store. So I know a store owner like him would love to see a ban to say, you can come in here, but you have to come in with your parent. You can't come in here 10 strong, yelling and arguing with me while you are trying on all these products and some of you are stealing.
I can understand the social media thing. The idea that as a shop owner, someone would pull out a video and record me, that would bother me for sure.
And that's what these kids do.
But the idea that, like, I'm not going to talk to these kids, it's not my responsibility to teach them, that bothers me because I think it used to be a communal effort.
No.
Yes,
parents today don't want you talking to their kids.
It used to be a communal.
It's not like it used to be.
No, I would love if my kid was acting up in a store, I would be totally fine with the shopkeeper saying you can't behave like that, because now it's become the sole entire responsibility of a parent to teach kids how to be in the world, and that used to be communal.
If I'm the store owner and I see you with your kid and your kid's misbehaving, why do I have to say something? It's your child.
It's your shop.
No, but this is your minor that you are in charge of.
Right.
This
I
is
just
not
think
an
it's
adult.
a collective. We love people love to say I'm part of the village. I want to help you raise your kids, but you actually don't.
Well, I'm just curious here because I don't know if this is a gendered thing, but there's a big name cosmetics store. It's got black and white stripes. And they are saying to the young people, come in.
And is it benefiting them?
They are selling. And so again, is it a gender thing? I don't know. But in some cases it works, and clearly in some cases it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. Just get outside. Maybe go for a walk. That's safe.
Touch some grass. Touch some grass.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, because a Toronto spa is now offering an AI-powered shampoo and head massage for just $29. So a human staff member first analyzes your hair, and then you sit back and relax and let the robot go to town on your head. Yep, Andrea. Does the idea relax you, or does it do the opposite?
Absolutely not. This is the least relaxing thing I can think about. It's some robot
going to town on
my head. Next thing, they drown me and they put too much water, and there's no one in the room to talk to. Listen, I don't want this for many reasons, but the #1 reason is a lovely man named Billy. Billy used to be my shampoo guy at the salon I used to go to, and Billy's hands were magical, like almost bringing me to orgasm good, right? And that time when he was washing my hair is how we would talk about all the gossip that was happening in the salon. So he's giving me the rundown. I'm trying not to have an orgasm, but I'm also finding out what's happening with everybody else. You can't take that away from us. The salon is a sacred space.
Listen,
we need those relationships.
I love a good head massage too, but isn't that a little bit of a one-sided pleasure train that you're on?
I didn't ask Billy how he was feeling about it.
I'm gonna guess.
I'll ask him later.
I'm gonna guess that that is probably the least pleasurable action that any hairdresser has to do. And we're not cutting them out of you still need them to cut your hair, you still need them to dye your hair and whatever. I'm in, I wanna try this. How is this any different from going to a nail salon and having the little robotic thing? Like, it's not that different from having somebody else do something.
And also, Billy's, thank you.
Yeah.
But also, Billy's worth his weight in gold, but for every Billy, there's 10 masseuses who are terrible. Like, haven't we had the masseuse who just doesn't stop talking? AI is not gonna talk, it's gonna do its thing, in and out, $29.
Done. Yeah.
I get it. We get all the teenagers, we hire them, and we work at a salon.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
No, the reason why...
I love that idea.
The reason why I said that is because this is yet another example of outsourcing human activity to a machine. Like, where is the line?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're still involved. That thing just took a lot of jobs away. And so to me, you have Billy, I have Francine.
Yeah.
Do you have Francine?
No, I don't have a regular. I remember when I get my hair cut, most times the person outsources it to a junior stylist, which tells me the hairdressers that have a lot of talent don't like doing that. So I feel like
it's the way you grow. It's the way you get that experience so you can become the senior stylist. And also, Billy used the money that he made at that salon to go to law school, and now he is a lawyer.
Good job, Billy.
He didn't like doing it. He did not like giving you a head orgasm.
It was a means to an end.
It was a means to an end.
In so many ways.
Yeah, yes. AI has no ambition, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Zero. All right, any heated rivalry fans in the house? Well, they've heard us because we asked, and now they are delivering. The viral Team Canada fleece worn by one and only Shane Hollander is soon going to be released. So, after the break, we're going to tell you more after this. Hold on to your seats, grab your fans. After huge demand, Toronto-based clothing brand Province of Canada is now teaming up with the heated Rivalry crew to sell the fleece. All right, in case you're wondering, what are we talking about? There it is. That is a scene from the show, Shane Hollander. It's his zip-up that he wore from episode 2. It's designed by costume designer Hannah Pewley. And ever since the show came out, fans, they've been saying, where can we buy that fleece? It's going to be coming out soon if you sign up. So who's in? Who's in?
I'm in.
We're all in, right?
I'm in. And what I love so much is that fans actually inspired the release of this. Like, did you guys follow the uproar here, how badly fans wanted it? There was a change.org petition, which I normally associate with like social justice causes. Yeah. Change.org petition. And then my favorite was Team Canada posted on Instagram, stay tuned for a Team Canada announcement you don't want to miss. It was them announcing the Olympic men's hockey team roster. Okay. But if you went in the comments, all it was tell me you're releasing the fleece. Tell me. And they're like, is Shane Hollander going to be named to the roster? Yeah. And then the social media manager followed up with, not us realizing you were all excited about heated rivalry and not the legitimate team announcement. Let's be excited for both. So I love this.
I love it. I love also how this dovetails into just like our whole right now, the moment that we're having where we need to focus on Canadian designers and Canadian goods and buying Canadian. Right? This is a Canadian company, I just love all of it.
I think the timing is so great because right now, at least in Ontario, we're in the middle of a polar vortex. And you know what works in a polar vortex? Fleece. Okay? Number 2, the Olympics are less than 2 weeks away. This is Canadiana all over it. So you want to support Canada with everything red, white, our audience, red, white, anything you've got. And thirdly, ShaneHollander.com. So anytime I see anything online that's related to the show, it's a secret message. It's not even a secret message. Yeah. When I see people in the street that I notice anything, I clock a heated rivalry, we're instant friends.
Kindred spirits.
It's bringing people together.
Well, you know what? I've got the plug. I talked to the plug just before the show. I ran into someone. There's a person who works in this building who has a box of these fleece jackets in their basement right now. Yeah. And I said to them, I wasn't going to call them out. Sorry, Dylan. I said your name. And I've been talking to him like, the people want the jacket. Bring it out. Bring out the box. We've got the money. And he's like, don't pressure me, Andrea. And I go, I will show up at your door and tell everybody where you live if you don't bring us the box of fleece. So I will let you know tomorrow if the fleece arrives, or you will see me at your doorstep, Dylan. Please.
Yeah.
All right, I don't even need to say this, but I'm going to say it one more time. If you have not yet watched Heated Rivalry, first of all, you're missing out on a cultural moment. That's number one. You can catch it right now on Crave. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You'll never look at bananas and spaghetti the same way again. Okay, after the break, everybody, travel expert Jennifer Weatherhead is back. She's got the best ways to maximize your vacation days based on the calendar. This is Travel Math 101. We'll be back.
Welcome back. I think all of us could use some more vacation, but you only get so many days off per year. Our next guest says the trick is actually to stack those days strategically to maximize your time off.
She's done the travel math for us and is here with some perfect getaway options. Please welcome travel expert Jennifer Weatherhead back to the show. Jennifer? Now listen, you say it's all about maximizing our long weekends. So we're gonna start with Family Day, which is just around the corner. How can we make the most of it?
Yes, so a little travel math here. So we are going to fly out on the night of the 12th. We're gonna use one vacation day on that Friday, and you're gonna get a 4-day vacation for that one vacation day. So for most of us in Canada, that long weekend falls on Valentine's Day. So we're gonna go on a romantic trip to Bermuda. It's a 2.5-hour flight from Toronto. It's a great alternative for a sunny beach destination that's not in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's also off-peak season, which is ideal, so it's not too busy. It's also really mild temperatures. And we're gonna stay at the Rosedon. So this is a beautiful boutique property, adults only. It's right in Hamilton, so easy to get around while you're there. And then let's do all the loved up things in Bermuda that we can do. So you're gonna walk through their famous moon gates. These moon gates, when you walk through, it's supposed to give you luck in love. We're also gonna visit some crystal caves. You can go hiking or cycling along the railway trail. And then, of course, some beautiful sunsets for some cocktails or dinner. It's also spa month in February in Bermuda. So a lot of properties are offering up to 50% off their treatments. So imagine getting a couples massage in an actual cave with Natura Spa, and it's not gonna break the bank.
Human being masseuses or AI masseuses?
Good question. Good question. Okay, next up, we're focusing on Easter weekend. What's the travel math here and where can it take us?
Yes, so early morning on April 3rd, we're gonna fly out. We're gonna use 2 vacation days, and that's gonna give us a 5-day trip. So now, if you're one of those lucky people that has Easter Monday as a stat holiday as well, it's 1 vacation day. And we're gonna go get some sunshine, a little beach time, and a little Pura Vida, because we're gonna go to Costa Rica. Amazing time of year to go. We're gonna stay in the Arenal Volcano National Park at one of these gorgeous properties, Nayara Resort Collection. So they have a variety of different properties here. So you can stay in a luxury tented camp. They have a resort in a garden oasis. They have private villas that are right in the rainforest. And Costa Rica is one of the most sustainable destinations. We're a little bit ahead of Earth Day, which they love to celebrate there, but you can still give back. So there are lots of different ways you can do community and beach cleanups. You can do conservation workshops, family-friendly activities around wildlife as well. So 2 of my favorite things are Mar Blue and the Clean Wave, 2 organizations where you can go and clean up the beach. So you do some surfing, you do some yoga, and then you leave the beach in a better place than when you found it.
Oh, I love that.
I have so many friends who are taking their kids to Costa Rica. It really does feel like a good family spot.
Perfect spot for that.
Well, let's keep flipping through the calendar now and land in May.
Yes.
So how can we make the most of the Victoria Day long weekend?
Yeah, it's kind of the kickoff to summer, right?
Yes.
Perfect time to take a little vacation. And you're gonna fly out on the evening of the 15th, fly back home late on the 19th. That's using 1 vacation day on the Tuesday, but you get 4 days for your trip. And we're gonna go a little bit on the nose with this one. We're gonna go to Victoria, BC for Victoria Day weekend, because why not, right? But Victoria is one of those great destinations. It's not too big to feel overwhelming, but there's tons of stuff that you can do while you're there. We're gonna stay at the Parkside Hotel and Spa. This is right downtown. Really beautiful, easy to get to all kinds of things. It's springtime, so let's go to the gardens, have some afternoon tea in the gardens. And then there's tons of stuff that you can do this weekend. So we have the International Food Truck Festival. We also have the 163rd Victoria Highland Games and Celtic Festival happening.
Wow.
You can explore Canada's oldest Chinatown right downtown Victoria. And it's also 125th anniversary of the Victoria Day Parade, May 18th, 9 a.m., perfect for families again. Jam-packed weekend, but a lot of fun.
Love it.
I've been to the Highland Games before in Cornwall. So many kilts, so much beer, so many weird sports.
Okay.
You would like it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, come with me.
Okay. Okay, I'm food for thought. Okay, summer seems like a ways away right now, but it's good to start planning ahead. So this year, July 1st actually falls on a Wednesday. So how can we make that work in our favor?
So there are two options here. I love that it's on a Wednesday because you can really extend it if you want to. So we can go from June 27th until July 1st, 2 vacation days, but a 5-day trip, or you can go June 27th until July 5th, add those weekends on, and that's actually a 9-day vacation.
Oh, wow.
This is also the perfect time of year to visit Wales. The weather is perfect, and I'm thinking slow travel when we get to Wales. So let's do some hiking, some cozy bed and breakfast, pubs, seaside towns. A little fact about Wales that a lot of people don't know about is it's an up-and-coming wine destination.
Really?
Yeah, so there are a lot of award-winning wineries here. The UK's first commercial winery was in Wales. They have 30 different vineyards here, and the countryside is really well known for that food and drink combination. So you can go to Parva Farm Vineyard. They produce some award-winning wines. Or you could go to Lanarch Vineyard. They have 37 4-star guest rooms on this property and an amazing restaurant. So you can hike during the day, come back, have some beautiful food and some great wine.
I had no idea about the wine in Wales.
No, it's up and coming. A lot of people don't know.
Huh. Well, let's fast forward now to Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
How can we make the most of our holiday time off?
Yeah, so a lot of people have some extra time to work with here. So we're thinking December 24th until January 3rd, you're using 5 vacation days, but that turns into an 11-day trip. If you have extra time, you could use 8 vacation days for 16 days from December 19th until January 3rd. So we have a lot of time.
Yes.
Let's go someplace really far.
Yes.
Yeah. Bhutan is very far flung.
Yes.
So that's where I'm suggesting.
Wow.
Because I thought it would be nice to have a nice recharge vacation at the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. If you stay at the Bhutan Spirit Sanctuary, you're going to get these incredible views, but it's also the world's only wellness luxury resort that has incorporated traditional Bhutanese medicine. So you're gonna get to work with a traditional Bhutanese medical doctor while you're there, lots of yoga, you get these incredible views, really a time to rejuvenate and kind of recharge yourself at the end of the year, and then leading into the new year as well. I can't think of a better way to kind of work on yourself and feel really refreshed for when you come back in the new year.
Oh, I love that. Jennifer, thanks for always inspiring our wanderlust.
Yes.
Okay, do not go anywhere because we're going to be right back with the new stars of the latest season of Bridgerton. We'll see you on the other side.
There's never a dull moment at The Social.
We are going to have one heck of a time.
With hot takes and fiery debates.
I'm too old for Leonardo DiCaprio anyway.
We dive headfirst into juicy conversations.
Where are his wild oats now?
No topic is too messy.
I'm gonna blame all of the boyfriends that I've had.
No discussion too heated.
That is an invasion, in my opinion.
We break it down and stir it up.
Is that a red flag?
Just real talk and fresh opinions. Unfiltered.
It's hard.
Unexpected.
This composition has changed significantly.
And always entertaining.
Are you guys having a good time?
Watch The Social, weekdays at 2 p.m. on CTV.
Behind the cover of a mask, anything can happen.
We must find the owner of this glove.
You sound as if you have been made a new man.
What if he's looking for you?
He does not want to find me. He wants to find the lady in the silver gown, and she is not real.
Dearest gentle viewer. Thank you. That was a clip from the latest season of the smash hit series Bridgerton, and Lady Whistledown's hot gossip, she recommences at a massive masquerade ball where Benedict Bridgerton finally meets a captivating leading lady.
But the question is she really who she seems to be? Please welcome to The Social, the stars of Bridgerton Season 4, Yerin and Luke Thompson.
Listen, when it comes to television and movies this year, we've already seen a lot of yearning happening on our screens. And famously, Bridgerton, we know, is no exception, perhaps kicked it all off. So, Luke, I'm going to start with you. Why do you think we are all still so riled up for stories about longing and lust right now?
Yeah, I think because that whole area now is very controlled now and anxious in our actual modern-day lives with, like, phones and apps and dating and all of that. And I think it calls back to a time when it was maybe a bit simpler and you had the time to, like, yearn. Like, yearning takes time. You can't just sort of, you know, you're not going to yearn if you just switch to the next person.
Good boy.
So, yeah, I'd say I think it's people, you know, thirst for it a bit, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so this season is kind of like Cinderella with a twist because Yerin, your character, Sophie, plays a very resourceful maid. And, of course, you, Mr. Aristocratic Bridgerton. And for the first time in the series, we are seeing the characters deal with class politics. So I'm curious, what did you learn from your characters with their dealing with love and class politics?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting is that we all crave that feeling of love, but actually what I think love is an action. It's how do you work for it, how do you fight for it? And despite there being societal and class disparity between the two, I do think love between two people takes work. And yeah, you have to fight for it and you have to really, yeah, love takes a bit of fight.
Well, and also a bit of fantasy and a bit of reality.
Yeah.
You know, it takes both. We're all very much like one or the other, but actually, like, this season with the whole downstairs, like, brings the element of reality as well.
It grounds it, yeah, because love isn't just a fantasy feeling, and I think that's why people love the Cinderella story, is that fantasy aspect of it, but then our show takes it to that grounded, realistic aspect of what it means to actually be in love with someone.
Well, even though I know some people in the audience have already binged all the shows,
amazing.
We want to tell the viewers that there is a new side to Benedict Bridgerton that we're seeing, because we know that he's a bit of a bohemian, and he resists a lot of the social norms of Mayfair, and so there's a new side to him. You're kind of playing it a little different. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a character that's got a very, I always say, like, customer-facing side. He's got, you know, he's developed a really easy way to deal with the world without giving too much of himself, I think, for the last few seasons. So you place him at the centre, that's kind of tricky for him, because if you give everyone something, how can you give one person everything? i.e., how can you know, fall for someone? So, yeah, I mean, he has seemed for the last few seasons to be, you know, obviously a free spirit and all of those things, and those remain true. But I think there's a sell-by date to freedom. You know, like, there comes a point where you can't just keep exploring. You need to sort of root down and sort of stare life in the face a little bit as well. So, you know, it's that. I think he's a little bit stuck, I think, when we first find him in episode 1, and then he meets Sophie, and that unlocks all of that.
Oh, it unlocks it all right. We've been watching.
He unlocks it by a lake.
He unlocks it everywhere, girls. Anyways, Yerin, something wonderful happened on the show, on the series this season, because in the book, your character's last name is Beckett, but for the series, they changed the last name to a Korean name to honor your heritage. And I'm just wondering how that makes you feel, especially on a big hit show like Bridgerton.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, you know, it is a little difference, or some people might see it as like a little change, and they did it with Kate's character as well. But it is just an acknowledgement and a recognition of my background and my ethnicity, and that I don't have to fit a mold that isn't for me. Actually, if they want, and they want me, they can fit the character to me and what suits me. Yeah, and that we all coexist in the world together, and it's a beautiful world when we actually are able to celebrate our differences and be able to love one another for those differences rather than separate it. Yeah.
This is why we love Shonda Rhimes.
Yes, absolutely.
This is why we love Shonda Rhimes. So there's a little rumor going around, Luke, that Anthony Bridgerton is back in town.
Look at the picture we chose. We're so messy.
That's not Anthony Bridgerton. wearing,
so
just wearing
messy
jeans.
here.
Oh my goodness. So what was it like being reunited with your on-screen brother and to have Jonathan Bailey back on set?
Yes. Well, he does come back. Just,
Yes.
to confirm.
Yes.
But yeah. I mean, no, it's the beauty of the show to be able to have like those. Well, to have that big family, I think, and to actually feel like when you come back, you've got that history that you've played with over, 3 seasons. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting mix. You'll find out in part 2. But it's an interesting, there's a bit of tension between them. I won't say any more than that.
I know, that's a nice little tease.
Yeah,
We like that. Well, you two are already a fan favorite, judging by the way that our audience is loving you guys. They've even given you guys a nickname. So you're Benefi, am I saying that correctly? Or is it Benofi? Benefi? How do you say it?
I thought it was Benofi, but it's Benefi.
It's Benefi.
Yeah.
Benefi.
It's not
Okay,
Benofi pie.
but not
Yeah.
the Benofi, it's Benefi. All right, so here's a question. If you both could pick another Bridgerton couple to share a getaway with at Benedict's cottage, who would it be?
Okay, for me?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think Colin and Penelope.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's strong reaction.
Yeah, that's a very strong reaction. What about you, Yerin?
Gonna say Cantony, Kate and Anthony, because maybe we can talk about different food, share cultures with Miss Kate Sharma.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I would take so 2 weekends. We'll alternate it. One weekend.
One weekend.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't say too much about this, so how do I ask this carefully? There was a bit of a shocking moment for Sophie this season. And if you were, that's all I can say about it.
Yes.
So if you were in a group chat, what advice would you give her about this situationship?
You know.
Yeah, we can't say. You can't say. Okay, but you what would you tell her?
I would say, don't succumb to that, and and I would say, know your worth. Know where you stand.
Yes. I love that. All right, so quickly, it's our last question. All right, so music is so closely associated with Bridgerton, so I'm just wondering if you had to choose a song that would best describe season 4 of Bridgerton, what would it be? I know it's a big question.
I think related to what we were just talking about, I've got Sabrina Carpenter, Man-Child. Because I think he's got a bit of growing up to do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Good
that's
choice.
one good.
Good one.
That's a good one.
You are a man-child. I would say I'm going to throw it back to like Carole King, So Far Away.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
It's like an emotional thing of like feeling like he's so far away, even though he's so close, because he's a privileged nobleman, and she can't tap that.
And you heard it here first.
Yeah, you know what? Interview's over.
Yes.
That's where it's finished.
Nothing else to say after that. No, we're good.
Yerin and Luke, if you ever find your way around these parts again, please come back. We've adored having both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Part 1 of Bridgerton Season 4. It is streaming right now on Netflix. Let's take a quick break. Woo, we'll be right back after this. Yes. Next time on the show, we've got trending skincare ingredients and ways to incorporate them into your routine. And also, our drink expert, Evelyn Chick, is back sharing vacation-ready cocktail recipes to bring warmth and brightness to wherever you are this winter. Miss Kate, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Did you all have fun? Yes. Don't forget, we are streaming on Crave. You can catch us on YouTube. You can't miss us. See you tomorrow, everybody. Take care.